guys, it is 6:56 p.m. Not my usual time to start a video, but I've been door dashing all day since 11. I just stopped about 20 minutes ago, and I am headed to the center of campus so that I can run around, and then after, I'm gonna go to the gym and do some back and arms. But I'm just gonna run about 2 miles. It's gonna be like a shakeout run because tomorrow I have a really long track day and my legs are feeling a little bit sore, a little bit tired, a little bit heavy. So I feel that running like 2 miles today will really prime them for tomorrow. I've had a really good day so far, so let's get right after this run. It's perfect timing right now. The sun is setting. It's beautiful around here. All right, guys, so I finished up my run. I did 1.75 miles at like an 11:40 pace. I went really slow, but like I said, it was a shakeout run. I'm getting ready for tomorrow, and I'm sorry about the lighting, but I'm just sitting back here. And I don't have the normal energy that I usually have when I make these. Yeah, I don't know, it's 8 o'clock exactly right now. And I was just thinking a little bit because sometimes I go through mental spaces where I feel like nothing's going to work out. And I feel like I have all these dreams, but what if I'm not meant to achieve them? And I think like that, and it gets me really down. Like, I'll try to explain it better. So say this, I have a dream to be an inspiration on social media, to garner an audience, to create a big following, create a brand for myself, and maybe a clothing brand or a supplement brand or something one day. Just create something, right? I have this desire. But then sometimes I get in my head and I think, maybe I'm not supposed to do this. Maybe there's a different path for me. Oh, if I fail, I'm just going to jump to the next thing, and then I'm going to fail and then jump to the next thing. And I'm just going to keep doing that my whole life, right? Sometimes I think like that. And I'll be honest, right after my run, I finished it about 15 minutes ago. I've been in my car scrolling on TikTok, which me scrolling on TikTok for 15 minutes is like, that's like unheard of, but it's foreign, but I did. So I saw one video where this guy was talking about how every time that he starts to chase worldly things, worldly possessions, worldly desires, he always gets knocked down and he gets into this bad headspace and stuff just starts to go wrong. And then every single time that that happens, he comes back to God and strengthens his relationship with God and with Jesus again. And every time he does that, he said that everything just starts to get better, that everything starts to turn around. And he was talking about how he knows that he has to strengthen his relationship with God, and he knows that he has to actively play a part in it, but he always fails. And he was just talking about how we're fighting the human flesh every single day. And then he brought up Romans, I forget the numbers, but it's when Paul says something along these lines. I'm paraphrasing here, but he was talking about when Paul says, the things I want to do, I don't do, and the things I don't want to do, I do. Wretched man I am. Right? Let me say it again. He says, the things I want to do, I don't do, and the things I don't want to do, I do. Wretched man I am. Like I said, I was paraphrasing. That isn't exactly what Paul said. But I think that that's just a reminder that, we are human at the end of the day, and we can't be perfect, but it's also a reminder of how we need God, how we need Jesus in our lives. And when we don't have Jesus, when we don't have God, we're going to drift away from the center. We're going to drift away from equilibrium. We're not going to have balance. Things just aren't going to go good. And I think that over the last few weeks, I have been praying. I have been talking to God for sure, but I haven't spent time in the Word. And God knows what's on your heart. He knows. And over the last few weeks, when I've kneeled beside my bed to pray, I feel like I'm doing it because I have to do it, not because I want to do it. And I'm making my prayers shorter than they usually are. Why am I doing that? Maybe because I'm busy, maybe because this, because that, whatever. I don't have any valid excuse. I feel that I'm just praying because I'm like, okay, I'm praying, so I'm keeping my relationship with God. But I'm not really talking to him the way that I should. I'm not really building that relationship in the way that I should or the way that I have in the past. I'm doing it out of a place of necessity and not out of a place of want, out of a place of need and not out of a place of want. And yes, we need God. We 100% need God and we need faith. But if you don't want to do it, God knows. If you don't want to do it, your actions are going to show that. So I guess what I'm trying to say is we all need God, but you need to want God. You need to let God into your life as well. You can't just expect to say a prayer and everything changes. You need to actively be building this relationship. So I know that that's one of the reasons why I've been feeling down, is because I haven't been building this relationship. But that brings me right into my second point. And my second point is that these dreams, these visions, these goals that I have in my head and that I have set out were given to me for some reason. I didn't just come up with these randomly. These came from my thoughts, and my thoughts come from God. I have these dreams, I have these goals because it can all be a reality. God gave these goals to me. He gave me the want and the need and the desire to inspire because he knows that I can do it. So me doubting myself, doubting the mission that I believe I'm on, is me doubting God. And I can't do that. And I won't do that. And I know that God will reward me when it is time. And yeah, every dream, every goal, every vision that I have came from God. And God gave me those because I already have them. Because God gave me those desires, I already have them. I just need to keep working towards them. And I can't doubt myself. I can't doubt myself. Doubt is only bad if you doubt yourself. Nick Bare says that all the time. Doubt is only bad if you doubt yourself. You can't doubt yourself. You have that dream for a reason. Because you can do it. Because you already have it. You just haven't achieved it yet. So I just can't doubt God because I literally kneel beside my bed and I say, God, thank you for my goal. Thank you for this mindset. Thank you for the goals I have. Thank you for the dreams I have. Thank you for this vision. I know that you're calling me to do this. I know that you're calling me to inspire others, to make videos, to create content. I know that you're doing it. And I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm worthy, but I do think that I am. And the reason why I can say that is because I have a voice and I'm not scared to share how I feel, and I'm not scared to talk about it, and I'm not scared to talk about my faith, and I'm not scared to talk about my struggles and my setbacks, and I'm not scared to talk about the good either, and I'm not scared to talk about my journey. And I want to inspire, and I want to motivate others, and I have such a deep desire to do it. And that is why I can confidently say and confidently believe in my heart that God is calling me to do this. I've always believed that I was here for a bigger reason. And I'm not saying that out of some like narcissistic way. It's just a feeling that I've had. And the visions and the dreams and the goals that I have set before and that I have in my heart and in my head are just to do something great. And I've always wanted to leave a legacy. I've always wanted to live a life that isn't average. And I know that all of that came from God. And I thank him for that all the time. And like I said, I'm not trying to talk here in some like narcissistic way or like, oh, I'm worthy, I'm deserving of this, because I'm not. I'm not worthy of anything that I have. I'm not deserving of anything that I have. I'm so blessed and I'm so grateful for my blessings. And I'm not like, I have done nothing to be in the position that I am in life, with my fitness, with my health, financially, my ability to go to UConn and have my dad help me out with most of my expenses, and like pretty much all of them. Like I'm not worthy of any of this. And that's why I know that everything that has happened in my life thus far, God has done for a reason. And I know that I'm in this position that I am because I have an opportunity, and because I need to take advantage of that opportunity, and I just can't doubt myself, man. And I just know that I would not be in this position unless I had something to offer. There's no reason for me to be so blessed. I'm not worthy. Like, there's no reason for me to be so blessed and to be where I am right now. The only reason is that God is using me for something. That's the only reason why I would be here. The only reason I'm here in the position that I am is for God to use me for good. So, I know I was kind of all over the place, but I guess all I was really trying to get at is like, don't doubt yourself. Strengthen your relationship with Christ. Never forget God. You need to actively be building that relationship. And you have that dream, that vision, and all of those goals for a reason. And you need to take advantage of the opportunities that you were given, because none of us are worthy. And God wants to use us all for good. If you guys made it this far, thank you for watching. And I will see you tomorrow as I hit the track for a really good workout. Peace, guys.